I'm going to talk about the benefits of small group training. This is a question I get asked quite often, and as I'm a parent and I like the idea of my son and my daughter just being in a large group environment, and so that my son was born during COVID, so was my daughter, so I can get the appreciation of engagement with other kids in a large environment, varying personalities. So I guess contrast to sort of the four benefits that I'm going to speak about in group training is the first one I'm going to harp on is just results. That's a big deal. Like in a smaller group environment, generally the athletes will be I wouldn't say always more disciplined, but it's easier to have a more focused approach in that environment, and that will lead to more results, more repetition, more engagement, and just higher interaction between athlete and the coach. And number two, children will get more shooting repetition, more dribbling repetition, more passing repetition because they're spending less time, waiting in line. And again, more reps. Everyone's probably heard of the 10,000 hours or the 21 days to build a new habit, and that's sort of what you're doing in a smaller group environment, is that you're building habits, you're building more reps, you're getting more attempts, right, to refine your skills. So that's a benefit there. And then number three, I think it's sort of the whole community engagement component outside of just basketball, is that your players get to know, or your children get to know the coach, right? Coaches get to know the players, coaches get to know the parents, and vice versa. And this just helps to just build fulfillment and build more community engagement for, things outside of basketball, or for the continuity of more programs to develop, whether that's a house league or maybe playing flag football or doing a summer trip. A lot of these different elements can be combined just by building a smaller group of athletes and having higher interactions between parent, coaches, parent, and child with other parents. So that's the big deal there. And then number four is that players get to build their communication skills, right? Again, and this is just harping on the community component, but because my son or my daughter gets to see Joanne and Michael every week, it's a familiar face. I'm more likely to engage in, partner drills with those individuals versus when you're at other programs where every week it might be a different set of, kids, etc., etc. But the benefit too is that we're all working towards a common goal of self-improvement. And again, I know it's at the beginning stages of basketball, we're not overly focused on the competitive piece, right? But we're building foundational skills to get us towards competition. So give me feedback on this content. But yeah, those are sort of my thoughts on the benefits of being in a small group training environment.